With that, we're going to invite Assembly Member Carrillo to, let's see which bill to go over Assembly Bill 645. All right, Assembly Member, whenever you are ready, you may start.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members. Good afternoon. Thank you for allowing me to present Assembly Bill 645. This bill seeks to improve emergency medical services by requiring public safety dispatchers to complete emergency medical dispatch training, or EMD. Dispatchers are often the first responders, the first voice of a person hears on the life or death emergency. We owe it to Californians to ensure those voices are trained and equipped to save lives. Currently, California has no statewide standard for dispatcher training. While some jurisdictions require EMD certification, many, especially in rural areas, do not. That means a person's chance of receiving life-saving pre-arrival care can depend on where they live, and that is unacceptable. In cases of cardiac arrest and other life-threatening emergencies, every second counts. According to the American Heart Association, immediate bystander CPR can double or triple survival rates, yet fewer than half of cardiac arrest victims receive CPR before emergency responders arrive. EMD training equips dispatchers with the tools to guide callers through CPR, the Heimlich maneuver, and other critical steps that can help save lives before help arrives. Studies show that when dispatchers provide step-by-step instructions over the phone, bystanders are significantly more likely to perform these life-saving maneuvers. This bill is aimed at helping Californians help their family members, their friends, their neighbors when they're experiencing an emergency. Today I have with me Ramit Shadi, Executive Vice President of NorCal Ambulance, and Rob Lawrence, Executive Director of the California Ambulance Association.
Good afternoon, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Ramit Sahi, and I'm here representing NorCal Ambulance in strong support of AB 645. In addition to my leadership role, I am also a certified emergency medical dispatcher. I have personally seen how critical pre-arrival instructions are provided during an emergency medical dispatch, referred to as an EMD, in saving lives. As a provider operating across 15 counties in California, we know firsthand how important it is that emergency calls are handled properly from the first moment. Pre-arrival instructions provided by trained emergency medical dispatchers provide CPR guidance, childbirth delivery instructions, stroke recognition tools, and choking interventions. These instructions are often the difference between life and death. While many counties in California already have EMD systems, some rural areas where ambulance response times can exceed 60 minutes lack of formal pre-arrival instructions. In these areas, phone guidance is often the only immediate medical care a patient receives. The EMD certification process is not a lengthy process. For example, the International Academies of Emergency Dispatch, whose protocols are used in 54 countries and over 4,000 communication centers worldwide, require only a 24-hour certification course to properly train dispatchers. While we also appreciate that AB 645 has been carefully amended to focus specifically on dispatchers who handle medical emergencies, law enforcement-only dispatchers who do not process medical calls would not be required to complete EMD training. This ensures that training is applied where it is needed most to save lives. AB 645 establishes a common-sense statewide minimum requirement to ensure that all Californians, no matter where they live, receive consistent, medically guided support during critical emergencies. On behalf of NorCal Ambulance, and from my experience as a certified emergency medical dispatcher, I respectfully urge your support for AB 645. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe you have another witness.
No, he's not here.
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
Mr. Rob Lawrence, Executive Director of the California Ambulance Association.
Thank you. You have 2 minutes, sir.
My apologies, Chair. I thought you said one witness, so here we are.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Rob Lawrence. I'm the Executive Director of the California Ambulance Association. And I'm very proud to say that I have been the Chief of EMS Systems both in the UK, on the east coast of the US, and also in Alameda County, California, where we have all enjoyed emergency medical dispatch and, more importantly, life-saving instructions for those that call in a life-threatening emergency, whether it's cardiac arrest, as the Assemblyman has already talked about, whether it's choking, whether it's advice to give to the caller or indeed the patient on how to basically stay alive until help arrives in the form of an ambulance or an emergency responder. And so you've heard my colleague give the key points around the training. However, of course, this bill is about equity right now, and there's no guarantee that every person who calls 911 will receive the same level of care, regardless of where they're located. Rural communities in particular face long response times already, and we know that, sometimes upwards of up to an hour. But in these communities, every minute counts, even more by ensuring that dispatchers in these areas are trained to provide emergency medical instructions. We're helping bridging the gap in service levels and giving all Californians access to life-saving information when they need it most. As we say in the EMS world, life-saving begins on the phone, and indeed it does. And so in conclusion, I ask for your support in passing AB 645. This bill is an essential step forward in creating a more consistent, effective and equitable emergency medical services across California. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. Are there any other witnesses in support of this bill? Okay, seeing none, are there any witnesses in opposition of this bill? Okay. With that, was there any? We should just move.
Move the recommended action.
Okay, I'm going to bring it back to the members. Are there any questions regarding this bill?
Just one comment, if I could.
Yes, sir.
And that is just compliment the author for dealing with one of the issues brought up in opposition with your amendment.
Thank you.
Hi, I just wanted to thank you for amending for law enforcement dispatchers. I had the pleasure of supervising dispatch for years at our sheriff's office. I am concerned about having the train. I'm assuming the training's in person that you're requiring.
Yes.
And where would those be offered?
If I can have one of the witnesses answer that.
So there's numerous organizations that provide emergency medical dispatch training. The one that I refer to, the International Academies of Emergency Dispatch, that's in over 4,000 communication centers, is a 24-hour course that can be done online.
Okay, so they don't have to be there in person?
Correct.
Okay, because that's what I'm concerned about with my rural counties. It's very hard to get them. Most,
Yeah.
If we can get it in Sacramento, that's as north as we can get it typically. So that's my biggest hurdle with it. I would love it if you would let local EMS or local medical facilities do the training. I think that would be really imperative, especially in our rural areas, because they know their issues. But I really applaud you for working with the opposition on this.
Thank you, Assemblymember Hardwick.
Thank you, Assemblymember Carrillo. Thank you very much for bringing this bill. I think this is a no-brainer bill. I was actually quite shocked, and in our committee preparation, shared some stories about hearing some very disturbing calls where you had the dispatcher on the phone not giving any life-saving information, but just having, oh, calm down, general conversation. So it's really important that we are giving every opportunity for the folks who rely on our systems to have equity and an opportunity to survive things that are survivable. So thank you very much for bringing this bill. We have a motion by Assemblymember Bennett. Is there a second? Second. Okay. We have a motion and second. Assemblymember, would you like to make any closing comments?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. AB 645 will ensure that every 911 caller, no matter where they live in the state, receives the same high-quality life-saving support. It is time that California can join the 18 other states that already require EMD training. With that, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
All right. Thank you very much. Secretary, please call the vote. The motion is due pass to the Committee on Appropriations.
Yes. AB 645, Carrillo. The motion is due pass to the Committee on Appropriations. Ransom?
Aye.
Ransom, aye. Hadwick? Hadwick not voting. Arambula? Baines? Aye. Baines, aye. Bennett?
Aye.
Bennett, aye. Calderon? DeMaio?
Thank you.
Do we have? We don't have enough. Okay, so we're going to need to leave the roll open. We have I think we're a 3-2. Yeah, we have a 3-0 at this point, so we're going to leave the roll open and ask other members to come in and weigh in on the bill. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, please, Mr. Assemblyman Carrillo, please